Let's make some sourdough focaccia. I fed my starter last night before I went to bed, so this morning it is peaked and ready to bake. So let's get into it. Sourdough focaccia. I'm gonna start with 100 grams of my starter. Zero the scale. I did 340 grams of water, 500 grams of flour, and 10 grams of salt. And now we mix. Once my dough is starting to come together, I dump it onto the table. We use some slap and folds. Slap and roll, slap and fold. After looking it up, it is in fact called slap and fold, also known as the French fold, which I kind of like. Anyways, I do this as long as my arms will allow me to. I try and aim for at least 3 to 5 minutes. It helps with the gluten development in the bread. So now you can see that the dough is coming together. And now we wait 30 minutes and then we will do our first set of stretch and folds. All right, 30 minutes later, let's do some stretch and folds. I always wet my hand. It doesn't stick to the dough nearly as bad.
Where do you put your cup?
2,
Get your cup.
3,
So where do
4.
you put your cup?
We'll see you in another 30. Second set. Third and final set. All right, now we just let this sit. I'm gonna probably make it tomorrow morning. So we're gonna let that sit for probably 24 hours. Just a quick update before you go up to bed. This has been bulk fermenting on the counter for 12 hours now. It's actually proofed like perfectly if I was making a regular sourdough loaf, but we're gonna let it sit until tomorrow morning and then we'll make our focaccia. All right, it has been now about 24 hours since we mixed the dough. You can see it's extremely overproofed, which is just what you want for focaccia. Just grab your baking dish and you're gonna wanna butter the focaccia sticks pretty bad, which I learned the hard way. So I'm gonna use some Wagyu beef tallow just because I am dairy free. That's all set. You're gonna make sure you get the corners and the bottom really well. Get your oil and you're just gonna wanna coat the bottom. And you're gonna get your dough. I'm just gonna dump it on in. I ended up having to help the dough along because it's so overproof that it was not by any means a clean dump. Now I'm gonna let this rest for at least an hour or so and have it covered, and we'll see you in a bit. Okay, it's been an hour. I'm awake now. Let's finish this focaccia. I have my oven preheating right now to 425. So we're gonna drizzle some olive oil on the top. And now you're gonna take your fingers and you're just gonna dimple the dough. Now you can add any toppings that you want on it. My kids like it and they're very plain Jane, so we're just gonna do sea salt and measure with your heart. So now this is ready to go into the oven. I'm gonna bake it for, we'll do 25 minutes and check it. I want the top of it to be nice and golden brown. Here's a closer view. I pulled it out of the oven and I put it on a rack and straight into a bag to transport it to my parents' house. I like to wait at least 30 minutes to cut into it. So let's cut it. It's so good. That's it on our foolproof focaccia recipe. Thank you for watching.